Happy Thursday, everybody. Safer Today here with the ever sexy and alluring subject of soft skills. Haha, that's right. That's why there's no intros on my videos with hard driving guitar or hip hop showing me do badass things, because that's not why I'm here. I'm kind of the Jiminy Cricket to your Pinocchio. I want to be your conscience and I want to be your guide. So, we got to talk about soft skills today. Last week's message was kind of a tough one, and it was one that I needed to say, one that I needed to hear, because self reflection is very important. Know thyself principle is super important. And that brings me to soft skills today. What are soft skills? The basic, would you like something? Yes, please. Thank you. You're welcome. And maintaining eye contact when you're talking with people. Okay? Now, I'm not talking about like staring. It's not a staring contest. But you want to convey to the person that you're speaking with that A, you respect them. You're also interested in what they have to say. It's not just about you. And three, it's just basic respect. Okay? It's polite. You're showing somebody that they matter. It's also important while making eye contact that you understand like the expressions people are making. This also could remind you really quickly that, hey, get to the point. I'm losing this person. Because you can see it. You can see eyes start to glaze. You can see people, when people start with the rapid nodding, right? Which is a good thing. That's another soft skill you want to incorporate. You want to do the occasional nod to show that you're interested in what they're saying. But when you start seeing that frequency go up, when they start looking like a woodpecker, you're losing them. You're losing them fast. That's why I'm trying to get to the point as quickly as possible. Soft skills cannot be overstated. They are important. They are what get you to A and B every day. Not just the car, but it's your soft skills that get you through life. How you treat people, how you observe your surroundings. These are all soft skills. These are all things that can hopefully keep you from having to go hard. Okay? Now, hard skills are important too, right? You have a job to do. Those are the hard skills. The technical part of the work that you do are the hard skills involved. But what makes that job so much better is typically the soft skills that get you through to dealing with your fellow employees, your supervisors. Maybe you're a manager. Those soft skills go a long way with making your employees uh, feel better about themselves doing their work for you, right? So, are you the overbearing manager that's just barking out orders, or are you right there beside them, encouraging them, telling them it's okay to make a mistake, just learn from it and don't make the same mistake twice? Because that's really not too much to ask. That's another soft skill, not having to make the same mistake twice. Okay? Did you listen the first time? It's okay to ask for a repeat, to ask for a refresher. But, you know, I forgot my notepad. It's over there. But, do you have your notes? Are you taking the notes? Uh, Maybe you have a tech related job and you keep your notes in, Obsidian or OneNote or something like that. Okay, that's fine. But make good use of them. Remember how to find them, right? That's a soft skill too. Naming your notes so that you know how to find them again. So that when you do need a refresher before you go up the chain again, make sure that you wrote it down and understood it properly. That is a soft skill. When you interview with somebody for a potential job, that's a soft skill. Okay? Now, a huge part of that soft skill and what's going to make you a standout candidate are the questions that you ask about that role. Okay? You shouldn't just say, yes, I get it. I understand. Are there any questions? Nope, nope. That about covers it. No, that does not cover it. You need to ask, what is the culture like? I love to hike and I like to go outdoors. I like to do anything that's outdoors is practically for me. Is the culture like that here? Can I, you know, find other enthusiastic coworkers like that here? Um, what would you like to see me accomplish? Let's say the first 90 days probationary period are done. what problems would you like me to solve for you, after that? Things like that, things that show that you're invested already in the future of that team that you're going to be working with. It shows that you're a team player. Uh, Ask the manager, what mistakes do you think you made over the past quarter that you think could have been avoided? Things like that. They want to know, we, I am a manager at my work, and I like when people ask me these questions about where do I see things going, or asking me about a mistake I may have made and how I rectified it. Because those are questions I like to ask of potential candidates. I like to see how they have triumphed through adversity. And even if they did have to deal with something tough that was maybe a failure in the workplace, I still like to know about that, even if there was no solution. Maybe they lost an account due to a mistake. So, okay, fine. What did you do to prevent that from ever happening to a new account? Or maybe you're able to win the account back, through redemption or something like that. I love to hear something like that. So, if you if you ever happen to meet me in an interview, please have at least 3 questions ready for me. Okay? Good questions. Okay? Because there are arbitrary questions like, oh yeah, well, what are the hours like? That's not a real question, man. Come on. Do better than that. Okay? Put some real thought into it. So, again, soft skills are very important, and I'm keeping this one really light, really quick, because nobody wants to talk about this. Why is thank you important? Why is you're welcome? These are things I've known since I was 5 years old, right? Well, a lot of people seem to have forgotten that. Thank yous go a long way. It doesn't matter where you are, and politeness does not mean weakness. We got to get over that, right? Jordan Peterson said that, a man who's not dangerous is not a good man. A good man's a dangerous man who knows how to tame it, or whatever. I'm paraphrasing. I'm probably butchering it, but it's true, right? Be polite, smile, but have a plan to kill everybody in the room if you have to. General James Mattis, right? U.S. Marine Corps. So, how you carry yourself in and of itself is a soft skill, too. You want just enough confidence to not be messed with, but still looking kind of approachable. And I can delve into that in future ones, but right now I'm just trying to get your juices flowing on where maybe you say, maybe you're in the military, and I know gallows humor and potty mouths were huge when I was in. And we called each other all kinds of unspeakable things that you wouldn't get away with in an average office here. But are you modifying how you talk to your soldiers, your fellow soldiers? Are you modifying that when you're elsewhere, right? Hopefully you're not calling, the waitress, I'll have, 2 beers, effer. Hopefully you're not going that far, and that little delineation. Not everybody does, though. I like to think that what is common knowledge, I like to think that it's more common than what it is. And I deleted a short that I made as kind of a quick experiment. And it was me putting a medical glove on, and I had it painted like the Hamburger Helper. I'm not affiliated with Hamburger Helper, by the way, even though I love it. And I called him Ground Meat Assistant, and I made this stupid little short of him being my fake sponsor. And it got more views in a day than an actual useful short that I put on was for my Bob dummy and using a pool noodle as makeshift arms when you don't have a training partner. And that baffled me. Like, here I've got a useful video that will save you like a couple $100 on buying professional arms for your dummy by using a pool noodle as a makeshift toy, I don't know. It's the internet. I know. My friends rapidly reminded me that this is the internet, and common sense isn't necessarily common. So here I am, being a public service announcement to the world, hopefully. I want to be like that internet dad guy. I love that guy. I don't know the guy personally, but I love what he stands for. showing soft skills to up and coming generation of new young adults who are always on the internet. And I hope to be a positive change in that aspect of this section of the interwebs. So let me know, and tell me about some soft skills that you've learned. What are things that you've learned that have helped you later in life? Um, I've learned, through self-reflection in the past that I've been very abrasive. Dude, when I got out of the Army, I was an infantryman, okay? So we were pretty irreverent and we were pretty raunchy. So a lot of the things I remember saying to people when I got out, in the real world, people weren't ready for that. And it's not on them, that's on me. I did not read the room. There are a lot of rooms I did not read, and I just came in like a freaking elephant. And yeah, hopefully you'll watch this and you'll see this beard of wisdom here, and you'll be like, hey, yeah, maybe I shouldn't come off that strong in this type of environment. Um, I've always wanted to be the guy that's, I have, looking back, I've always had the uncanny ability to be kind of written off and underestimated and kind of just ignored. I was kind of a fixture in the room. They probably couldn't describe me if they wanted to. They'd probably say I was wearing something I know I wasn't. I just happen to have a really good, strong memory. And so I can remember events that I know people were with, and they were more integral to that event than they remembered that they were. So when I hear them talking about it years later, I'm like, oh, geez, something happened, because that is not what happened that day. And it's just funny because it's a secret weapon when people don't really notice you or they write you off really quickly. And I look at it as a badge of honor. I don't know if you're into fantasy or not, but Wheel of Time has an entire order of assassins that are called the Greymen. That they basically sold their soul to the Dark One to just look like ordinary people, and they're just so remarkably ordinary that it sets off people who are actually gifted at recognizing danger. So I always when I read that later in life, I was like, holy crap, that's me without the whole selling out your soul thing. Because it's easy to be written off, especially if, and I had a good reason, because back in those days, I was really hating who I was, which is another soft skill, is the introspection and being able to realize that there is worth there that needs to come out. That you have worth already. You're a human being, so you already have a leg up, okay? And the soft skill of learning, okay, is making that decision and focus and determination that you are worth the effort of learning this, okay? And if you can't get somewhere to find somebody to teach you, then find a course that's online. And if it's distance related, you can learn the principles based off of that. And then you can go to a local place and ask, hey, can I practice here? Can I pay you some bucks, just to show me am I on the right track? And it'll work. People like people who are self-starting. And self-starting means just that. You have to decide that you're worth the effort, and that's a soft skill. And it sounds like a hard skill because it's really hard to get inside your own head and confront yourself to get out of the rut that you're in. But I promise there's a way out. So that's my soft skill presentation in a nutshell. Watch it, internalize it, make it happen, okay?